Hey, so this is going to be a unique video for my channel, and it's going to be a proud video for me personally as well. I've had businesses before, I've gone through businesses, and I've hired people in the past, etc. And then I've made the mistakes before in the past of like hiring people too soon within a business, right? Like if it's a common problem, I think, when it comes to having your own business, to like upfront like want to hire people like and then just make like overpromise and then underdeliver when it comes to like being able to hire talent, etc. And then so to me, like it's been very important throughout this personal journey of mine through like AI to not make promises that I can't keep within that regard, right? And then so within that, I haven't hired any sort of intern. I haven't taken on anything like that, like very specifically and directly, because I haven't had like very upfront. I don't want to hire an intern, like an unpaid intern, right? It's the last thing that I ever want to do to someone. Me, I want to, and the way that I treat, kind of like the way that I do business, the way that I run my business, the way that I do everything is I treat everything the way that I want to be treated, and the way that I like to treat myself within these things, right? And I just that tends to work out very well. Like I have to do these things and live my life 24/7, and then this is a part of my life, right? And then so that's kind of how I look at these things. And so I guess that's a place to start. Like where did I, where's my my background on this, right? And then to me, I like think of I remember being really young, and I always thought like, oh, there's this like I was making like $10-15 an hour, and I was like there's someone like in an office, and they're working like 10 times less hard than me, and then they're making like 10 times more than me. And then like I thought I would want to aspire to be that person, right? And then so one day I became that person. And then I realized that like that life kind of sucks too. Cause it's like, yeah, like, okay, so I'm making 10 to 15 times more than that person. But like, my life and as that office person is working in an office, like 10 hours per day. And then you have a commute in a massive city. And then so like you add on like another like 2.5 hours, 3 hours per day onto your day on top of that, just driving, right? And then so that's like, I mean, that's 13 hours. And then so you get like an hour or two, and then you sleep, and then you do it all again every single day, like in and out, right? And then you realize within that that there's like the person that makes like half as much as that person or a third as much as that person, but doesn't have to do anything at all, like doesn't have to go into the office, like doesn't have to check in, like has their like freedom overall, is far more free to me overall than that person, right? Like that's the freest person, is the one that like doesn't necessarily make the most money on the planet, but the one that is the most free with their time. And time is the most valuable asset, right? Like we turn money into time, like and time into money, like and we are, I think, often the times too loose with that equation, right? And then so to me, up front, it's very important that this intern person get paid. And then so within that, how I get paid, and oftentimes, and I get my most of my contracts are structured is via equity. And then so and it's usually like a per project equity. And then so I would essentially pass on that same equity to the intern, right? We would discuss that, and then there would be equity terms that you would get, and then it would be on a per project basis. And then so you'd be able to eat, and then you'd have money in perpetuity. That's kind of like the contracts and what I like to work out, right, is like stuff that is residual and long lasting, and like a different form of income that you would have anywhere else, and any other opportunity. And then the other opportunity that I can offer you is my time, expertise, some compute, whatever is needed on that end. I can supply those things. I can help you and give you projects to work on 100%, give you guidance within those projects, help build them out. We would definitely be working on some very cool projects overall. So like the types of projects that we would be working on, I take on essentially like two types of projects overall. One are like projects that make money because it's like I like to eat. And then the second are like more like public benefit type of projects. And then so you would be working on more unique projects and more unique models than you'd be working on for any other company, right? You wouldn't just be working on transformers. You wouldn't just be doing basic work. You wouldn't be doing a lot of non-AI work. Like I just like I don't take on like the kitchen sink, right? I'm like quality over quantity, very much so. And then I only take on projects that are interesting to me overall, and like that fit all of my criteria, right? Is so within that. And then, so those would be the projects that you'd be working on. I can give you more in depth as to what those projects would be if you'd like. And then, so kind of what am I looking for within this, right? And then, so I guess the very first thing that I'm looking for is someone that has resilience. And then, so within that, my test within that is if this is interesting to you at the end of this video, like, throughout this whole entire thing, then reach out to me in the best way that you find and you think is the best way to reach out to me. And like with your credentials, why you think you would be the best candidate from here, and then we'll go from there, right? And then reaching out to me is whatever you find is the best way to reach out to me. I have a lot of different ways to contact me. I don't think it's that hard to figure that out, right? So we'll figure that. We'll put that as like the test one. And then second thing is like the second criteria. I don't want to teach anyone to code, so it's kind of important to me that you do know at least like basic understandings of like let's say like Python, JavaScript. Around there, like anything that's close to that, like and especially like Python. We've been doing a lot of Python projects overall. It'd be awesome if you have your own compute. I can like it's compute is easy enough to work through, but if you have like your own, where we'll be working on, let's say like 3 billion to 7 billion parameter models often. And then, so if you could just run those on your local hardware, then that would be an ideal situation, but that's not that's a preference, not a requirement in this instance. My requirement isn't that you know much or like at all about like machine learning, and my expectation is that if you want an internship, those are the skills that you're looking to develop and learn. So that's exactly what I would teach you. I would hope that you have like the ancillary skills and resources around those things, right? And then I can give you and fill in the gap with regards towards what you would need with regards towards learning AI. And I can make sure that you make money in the long term by learning those things, right? Like I don't want you to learn for free. It's kind of the bottom line. And then, yeah, you'll get to work with me under my structure. And if that sounds appealing to you, then reach out and then we'll go from there. And then from here, I think I've kind of listed out everything that I'm looking for within this and what my requirements are very specifically. So if you think that this interests you and you meet the requirements, and then you are interested in discussing this further, feel free to reach out. Again, at the moment, I only have like room for one person within this. So I don't know how many candidates I'll get. Maybe I get 2, maybe I get 5, 15, I don't know. But so however many I get, I can only hire one person out of this. So I'll hire essentially the best candidate that I get in response to this. And then so overall, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.